Good morning. I wanted to go through and show you the process of um, making a laser file in Adobe Illustrator. Now you can use other uh, graphic design programs like Corel Draw or Inkscape, um, but I've come to use Adobe Illustrator and get a little bit proficient at it. So I just want to show you the ins and outs of making a file. So first thing you want to do is open up a new file, and I'm going to go new from template because I made a template. I thought I did. Yeah, I called it Big Blank. When I made this template, I made it roughly the size of the printer, so or the laser engraver, so 24 inches wide. I made it 16 inches long. I think or 16 inches high. I think the laser actually does 24 by 18. So that's the max size. Anything less, if I filled up this whole thing with my graphics or whatever I wanted to cut or engrave, I could do that. So I've got this open and I made this template just so you could see here. It's got RGB red and RGB blue and black. Those are the three colors that you need. Any of these other colors won't work on the laser engraver, just black, red, and blue RGB values. If you know anything about computer programming, that's like a 25500 and a 02550, and then black is, I think, 000 or something, or all 255. So the first thing we're going to do is put a file in there. Now I went online and I found this file, and I chose it because it's very simple. So what you do is you go File and Place, right? That's how you import a graphic. And so I found this pandas graphic, and it's floating around there. And if I click, now I've got the pandas in there. I can move it around, get it where I want it to be. I could make it bigger or smaller. If I hold down the Shift key as I do this, it will remain in its current proportions. If you don't hold down the Shift key, you can do strange stuff like that. So you are able to slightly manipulate the file. Let's get it just right. The next step is to do what's called an image trace. And that's fairly simple. While the graphic is selected, you go to Object, and you come down here to Image Trace, and click Make and Expand. And what that did was anywhere where the black meets the white, it makes a nice outline, you see? And that's going to be good, especially if you want to do what's called vector engraving. Okay. As we might have mentioned, the laser does three things. It does what's called a raster, and in that move, the laser goes back and forth really fast, and it would just fry the surface and make this dark color. So it uses black to do the raster. A vector engrave uses a blue line, and what that does is it makes a super sharp line on any blue line. So it's not trying to cut through the material, but more just like etch the surface of the material. And then finally, a red line, which we don't have any yet, a red line will try to cut through the material. So we've got black, we've got blue. It doesn't know that it's blue yet, so let's go ahead and change that. While this is selected, we're going to come up to this little window and choose that blue color. Okay, now it thinks those lines are blue. I'm going to go ahead and change it to 100 point just to show you. Now, like if it was a 100 point line, that's how much blue would be there. But this machine needs you to set the point value of the line weight, the stroke weight, at 0.001. Okay, it won't recognize your lines unless it's 0.001. Okay, so we've got black, we've got blue lines that are 0.001. I'm going to go ahead and make a little rectangle around this whole thing so that we can cut it out of a larger piece of material. Uh-oh, well, it filled it in with white. So let's come up to this other box, and we're going to change that to no fill. Now we can see the pandas again. We're going to change the stroke color to red. Oh, no. we're going to change the stroke color to red, and it's still 0.001 point. So that is what we want. So you can barely see it, but there is a red line, very thin red line going around my pandas. Okay, that's it. Once you get this done, you want to bring it over to the control computer and print from there, because that computer is hooked up and partnered with the laser engraver. So short video, line weights, blue, black, and red. You got your reds for vector cutting. It's going to try to cut through the material on this red line. The blue is vector engraving, which is just a sharp line right on the surface. And the black is rastering. Good luck.